Here with me is Ohio Senator Bernie Moreno. Senator, great to see you tonight. I know you've been in touch with Holly, the woman knocked unconscious during the mob beatdown, and she sent you some photos of her injuries. I want to warn everybody that these photos are very graphic. Senator, explain the extent of her injuries and what she told you about this attack.
Yeah, just to be clear, Holly had nothing to do with any of the altercation. Her crime was wanting to go to downtown Cincinnati and have an evening with some friends. She tried to stop the fight and she got brutally attacked. I actually call it attempted murder. And by the way, when the one police officer did show up, Laura, because we're 200 police officers short in Cincinnati, she was taken home in an Uber that she had to call. She wasn't taken in an ambulance. Nobody took her to the hospital. She's now been in and out of the hospital 3 times. I've talked to her every day. She's frightened to death. You can imagine the trauma. She's a middle-aged woman that almost got her life beaten to death for showing up at one of our great American cities. And to see Victoria Parks and the comments that she's made, it's so despicable. And the reality is it's even worse because there's another detail missing. There's a judge, Judge Hathaway. They got the guy in custody, as you said. He was released even though he was in a previous gun offense. And get this, Laura, a $400 bail. This guy's on the streets of Cincinnati today after almost murdering Holly on a $400 bail. That's how despicable and how rotten our problem is there. But we're going to fix it. I've said to the city that they have 30 days to put together a plan, or we're going to cut federal funding off.
Now, I guess Fox, I'm told, has not confirmed these details, but from what you understand, one of these suspects, do you know which suspect has been released?
I don't remember his name. I think when I saw the graphic, the man on his left, he's on a $400 bail. No, actually, you can confirm it. Connie Pillich, who's the county prosecutor, I called her out as well. We used to have a great prosecutor named Melissa that was there. It was our county prosecutor. Connie retweeted my post and said, hey, they tried to get a higher bail, but that's the best they could do, and that's what the judge did. This is the complaint from the police, Laura. They go out and they arrest these criminals, and like that, they're back out in the street with minimal jail, almost no holding at all. So the police are just completely demoralized. On top of the fact they're 200 people short. That's what the police chief should have been talking about. Instead, of course, it blames the media and social media. So it really needs to change, Laura. It really needs to change there.
Did Holly know this individual, the individual who was in that kind of, and we don't know what happened before any of this. We don't know what was said. But well, you can kind of see them going back and forth a little bit, kind of like sizing each other up. And I guess the white guy slapped the other guy, or you can see him in this video. But then I guess a whole mob just descended on that one guy.
Yeah, so my understanding from talking to all of them, I've talked to all 5 victims, is that as they were walking down, one of them slapped them in the head. You don't see that on video, and then the altercation started. But look, none of that matters from Holly's lens, Laura. Holly was an innocent bystander. She's friends with them. She's out to dinner. There was no justification whatsoever to lay one single hand on her. And not only did they do that, Laura, they knocked her out. She was completely unconscious, blood all over her. And then when she gets up, no ambulance, she goes in an Uber.
Yeah, Senator, you said 5 victims because it's been widely reported. First there were 2, but then we saw video of a 3rd. We don't know if that individual also went to the hospital, but where did the 5 come from? This is changing by the minute.
No, so it's Holly and then 4 males that were with them that evening together. There's another couple females that were there, but they weren't affected by the brawl. In terms of who got hit, is a total of 5 people. The other about my age, so they're not feeling great in terms of how they're doing. Look, they want to have a private life. That's why I'm not revealing her last name or where they live. They're people just regular Ohio citizens, just wanted a nice night out. One of them was their birthday. That's why they were there. And look, look at the mob. That shouldn't occur in any city, Laura. And I think we have to draw a line. We can't just give up on the fact that we have American cities run by complete morons. We have to take our cities back. These are great American treasures, our cities, Cincinnati especially, great people, great place. I'm not just going to sit by and say, well, so, oh, well, it'll go the way of New York City or Chicago. No, we're going to draw a line in the sand. We're going to make them do their job. And then hopefully the voters do their job and get all these people out of there.
And the coverage of these types of attacks can't depend on whose race is which race, the victim or the attacker. I don't care what your race is. The coverage of this should be honest and clear. And we're certainly trying to do our best job to keep on top of all the facts, as a lot of the mainstream media sources are just simply ignoring this. Senator, thank you for what you're doing to speak out for Holly and the others.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.